All
Yeah, see,
right.
my thing is like if I'm
Hey, everybody.
forward.
David G here, doing our daily dose. And I'm about to call Dan Faggella. He doesn't even know this is happening. So here we go. Y'all can keep talking.
What? Oh, I wasn't sure we were doing some stuff like that.
What's up, David?
Hey, what's up, Dan?
What's cracking, brother? It's been a while.
Hey, are you turning on your video?
Yeah, I got it rocking. What's up, man?
Hell yeah, look at that. My fellow Jiu-Jitsu.
I got the jiu-jitsu going on.
Yes. Hey, so guess what?
What's up?
Right at this very moment, about a week ago, I asked my Facebook wall what kind of content they wanted to see on a regular basis,
Yeah.
and they said, you know what, you connect with all kinds of amazing people, and why don't you just do like an interview of people that you talked to that day, or just kind of just a 2 to 3 minute like words of wisdom, but a highlight of your day kind of thing, and
Huh.
so I thought of you. So
Oh,
right
yeah.
now the cameras are rolling. They've been rolling since.
Oh, damn. No, you trapped me, David. Damn you.
Remember,
I am
hey,
not
look.
Not even wearing my Sunday best. But yeah, no, what's up, man?
So what's been one of your like? I guess I've been saying of some of the people that I've been interviewing. I've been saying like I don't even know that much about you. There's certain people that I just know. They're nothing but heart and nothing but talent and nothing but soul, and you're one of those.
Take a swing at it, David. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, what? Tell me the two things you're most proud of having accomplished.
Oh man, no, that's tough because I don't. Me personally, and I don't think everybody has to do this, and it's a little weird because I went to school for understanding human happiness, so you'd think I'd be nicer to myself, but I don't permit myself to feel, I don't permit celebration or like acknowledgement of ladder rungs, like ever. I think that I, I, I have an inkling that like Henry Ford just felt like everything that he was doing was just totally insignificant until he did what he needed to do. And I read Plutarch. I read of Pericles, of Caesar, of Bonaparte, and when you read Plutarch, and people might not know who Plutarch is, but Plutarch was the first great biographer of the real greats of Greece and Rome, back when power, not to say it's always a good thing, but back when power was a little bit more tangible, when there were rulers, who kind of came up via their own will and wit. I think if you read that kind of thing, you don't complain anymore because there's a lot of dying by sword, there's a lot of plague, there's a lot of wives being stolen and children killed by disease, and so you don't complain anymore. But you also don't brag or feel really good about anything you've necessarily done. You really want to work towards your own ideals and just close the door on ever wanting to pat yourself on the back. And for me personally, from a stoic perspective, I happen to take that and just be very harsh, and I feel good about nothing I've ever necessarily done. Doesn't mean I'm a non-enthusiastic, non-happy person, but I literally can't acknowledge it. Like I can't. I don't. My own birthday, I don't do that kind of thing. Anyway, so might be a weird guy to ask that one. Sorry if that doesn't suffice. I don't know if you want to keep that record, but that's
No,
weird.
it's perfect because it kind of highlights what I've seen in you, and that's just that you're. I mean, a lot of it is that you're unique in a way that's powerful. Some people they're just unique, like because we all have different thumbprints. But to be unique
Yeah.
to be unique in a way that's significant, that's fucking cool.
I maybe right. I think it would
Well,
be cool.
see, you're just doing what your thing is, which is like not acknowledging yourself in a.
No. I don't permit it. Again, and I think a great example of that is Marcus Aurelius, and I read a lot of Marcus, and Marcus is from a goodness and greatness perspective, somebody that I really model a lot, and just the kind of very stoic perspective on that kind of congratulatoriness or whatever. Not to say it's wrong, not to say I don't condone it of other people. I just have my own perspective of how I live that out and how I crack the whip on myself and want to live. So that's it's a little Dan oddity, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's admirable. What are the two things you're working on the most to have an impact on the world or to that excite you in the morning?
Cool. All right. Well, yeah. This is some pretty grand stuff. So the biggest ones for me in the morning are are working on a couple things. The big mission is uniting the world's expertise in um, determining and moving kind of beyond human potential in a way that's aggregately beneficial. So right now, augmented reality, virtual reality, brain machine interface. Those will sort of change what day-to-day life is like in the coming maybe 10 years or so. Maybe I'm the first guy that's told you that. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But either way, within the next 30 for sure, some real wacky stuff's going to go down in terms of people, tech, and the interfacing thereof. They're already working on contacts after glass, and beyond that is going to be the chips and whatever else. And it's going to get pretty funky. And the way that we kind of move beyond what human is in my opinion, the grand ethical precipice when we start to combine tech and psych. So two things that really excite me. Number one is selling my e-commerce business once I scale it to a certain degree and getting directly into venture investments specifically in that world, particularly brain-machine interface, which is right now kind of external. It's not drilling into your head. They are doing that, but not for regular consumers, just for people who are paralyzed and have other conditions. So BMI, that kind of stuff, venture. So for me, it's a venture level of involvement, but then the real mission and purpose and biggest life vision is that I happen to believe that consciousness is the needle that moves ethical relevance. So when somebody says like, oh, that was a relevant event, like when a tree fell over in the woods and nobody heard it, it wasn't really relevant. When a building falls and there were people in it, it's really relevant. Now, relevance is directly correlated to consciousness, the richness and depth of consciousness that's affected by a thing. So if I pop a balloon and it's in the middle of some White House hearing and it's on the news, that's really relevant. If I pop a balloon right now, it's not really that relevant. If I break my phone against the wall right now, it's not really that relevant aggregately because it doesn't affect that many people's consciousness and whatever else. If you're driving a train and you had to run over 3 deer or a human, you'd probably do the deer just because there's so much more cognitive richness and personhood in that human. That's sort of why we value so when we so consciousness directly correlates to what matters. So when people say, "Oh man, that really matters," things only matter in a conscious world, and consciousness is I think what matters. So the scale of ethical relevance. So if you have World War II, you have 9/11, you have all those things are ethically relevant. Maybe things are ethically relevant in a good way. Penicillin, they're ethically relevant because they affect consciousness. The proliferation of good things in consciousness. So when technology can influence consciousness itself, in other words, we can determine emotions, we can determine experiences in a more volitional way, I think that's actually moving the needle of what's ethically relevant in the world. I know that's very far out, but those are the only things that I'm interested in life is being involved in that particular domain. I think it's the kind of pinnacle of ethical relevance from what I can understand. So that's what's exciting to me. Had to choke it out fast, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it's becoming a lot more apparent to me why you opened your answer to my question about what you're most proud of having accomplished is because the grandness of what you're looking towards accomplishing and being involved in is pretty significantly larger than building a multi-million dollar a year business about jiu-jitsu.
And don't get me wrong. If you want me to talk about some email marketing stuff, I'm more than happy to dive in and whatever else. But the jiu-jitsu business was, that's my passion. That's what paid for grad school. I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to do what I love in life. But it's going to be a conduit to a marginal exit in that world, a marginal exit that I'll make in that space that will allow me to be involved in the things I'm involved in. But while you just called me, I was doing email marketing. So don't get me wrong, I'm still marketing every day, digital marketing, email marketing. That's a big part of what's going to get me there, at least now. So
yeah, well, man. So what's one like very poignant piece of wisdom, advice, insight, experience that you'd like to share with our folks here?
Man, all right. Is there a crowd that I don't see or something? There's like people moving around in the background.
Oh no, this is Emily works here with me, and she just happens to be. She's working on something completely different.
Just absorbing the weirdness. Sorry about that.
There's like 75 people back here watching.
Giant screen.
It's
One wisdom. Let me know, David.
they're all from the future too, by the way.
Sweet. Hey guys, you should email me. But yeah. Did you want it to be businessy, like email?
Dude,
like,
whatever's in your heart, whatever the first thing that popped in your mind, if even if it has to do with how to have a better bowel movement, I don't care.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure a lot of people could use that.
Love it.
There's probably some resources. I don't have anything myself, but yeah. In terms of wisdom, would you mind if I shared a quote?
Yeah, no, dude, the floor is yours.
Great. Okay, so this is a poem by T.J. Wilkins. All right, it's a great poem, very short poem. So this one will be about complaining, not because I disdain complaining. You know what I think is really an oxymoron is when people kind of complain about other people complaining. I don't really do that, but I do crack the whip on myself. I'm very aware of my own mental activity in terms of ever considering anything sort of difficult or considering anything too troubling, because I don't think like me and at least me. I don't know what you've gone through, but I don't think I've really seen the true depths of stuff, and I think it's important to bear in mind that there have been folks that have kind of gone through more, and that unlocking that within ourselves and really acting as though we're in that, acting as people would in those ultimate places of urgency and those ultimate places of real struggle for something real and deep, I think is a better place to anchor ourselves than being able to be annoyed by things like emails or traffic jams or silly things that annoy kind of us in day-to-day life, which I think really drags us down. I think anchoring yourself way beyond and way farther than that, and just not even permitting that obnoxiousness, I think is conducive to not only fulfillment but performance. And I'm more concerned with the latter than the former, but I like them both. So here's what I'll go into. All right, this one's called Trifles Mild, David, if you'll bear with me. O tender men, do not complain. Thy disrespect displays disdain of suffering of the truest kind. Inside the history books you'll find starvation, torture, loss of child, compared to which thy trifles mild. If life you love your calling true, what insolence would thee construe to sufferers who do know real pain? If moans escape your lips again, break violin for Spartan fife, rejoice therein and heart and life. It's called Trifles Mild. So that's all I got for you.
Thank you. Wow, that's nice. Respect. That's pretty deep, man. Yeah.
That was by TJ, by the way. I wrote that like 6 months ago. But
you wrote that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, as well. Yeah. But don't tell anybody about my pen name.
Well, you're being recorded.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay then. That's fine. They can know.
Did you forget for real?
All right. It's all good.
It's just a trifle.
It's just a trifle. Yeah. What am I going to do? Complain about it?
No.
The whole time, that son of a bee. No, that's
if you really want me to edit that part out.
Oh no. Run with it, man. Have fun. I hope it's a good reminder. We all end up in the traffic jams, and I think anybody that a lot of the time when we write for ourselves. I know that's true for me, but I hope it's something that resonates with some other folks. So, is that it, my man? Anything else you want to add to me today?
I just want you to keep on fighting the good fight and staying strong and being an inspiration to not only me, but I know a lot of people that'll see this video that'll be very grateful for me having shared it. So thank you.
Come on now. All right, cool, brother. Look forward to catching up soon, okay?
Later.
See you, Dave. Yep.
There you go. Today's Daily Dose. Leave your comments below, click like, and let me know what else you'd like to see.